Yo, what is good, everybody? It's your boy, the Strongest Wizard, and today I have a One Piece deck profile for you guys today, and it's actually my favorite deck. My favorite deck right now, my favorite leader, and yes, by the thumbnail, it is my boy Law. This is my main deck. You guys have been asking, I have been listening, and I'm here to deliver today. So yeah, let's dive in. Alright guys, so starting off the deck profile, I just want to say, with this deck, I've kind of gone through a lot of iterations of it, and this is probably one of my first ones, but the majority of the actual battles that I have, the matches that I have on my channel, are with this exact deck list. So I would say if you don't like anything in here, you can change things up, and I can show you guys some tech cards at the end that I'm currently now using, but yeah, let's just go ahead and dive into it. I think this is a really good place to start. So we have here 4 Capones. These are just, your run-of-the-mill blockers, 1 cost. It's also a supernova, so it's a great target for Bonnie. Yeah, and same deal with Chopper. You need 4 choppers here. So 4 choppers, 1k blockers, just really necessary. You cannot, irreplaceable. Otamas. We're running 4 Otamas. Otama is just a really good card. Helps with Robin, helps with Jet Pistol. It's a 2k counter in hand, and if things really hit the fan, you add 5 Dawn and she's a 5k hitter. Which never happens, but I mean, it's possible, right? So alright, the waifu of the deck, it is Nami. Probably one of the best searchers in the deck. I'm going to say second best searcher. She gets any Straw Hat from the deck, whether it's an event card or a character. Super broken. Next is the best searcher in the deck, and that's for Bonnie. Bonnie is just that good. You can use her multiple times. She's a 1k counter. She can get herself since she is a supernova. Yeah, just busted card. If you ever play against Law, that's the card you got to take out. And then I'm running 4 Brook. I know it's a lot, but his effect is really good. On top of the fact that he's a 2k counter, on top of the fact that he's searchable through Nami, on play, give 2 Rested Dawn to one of your characters or leader. Really good. You can get super aggressive against certain matchups, like against Kaido, or it's just really nice. And then next off, we have our 3 cost, and we are running 3 Robin. Robin being probably one of the best cards in the deck, being able to control your opponent's board with the help of Otama, searchable through Nami, and yeah, just really good. You can do a lot of really crazy plays with Robin. So then we have 3 Zoro. I don't run any more than 3 just because I feel like he gets kind of cloggy in your hand sometimes. And yes, it's a 3 cost 5k hitter. It has rush, super good. But actually in my current list, I actually cut him down to 2. So but he is still really good. It's really good against the Kaido matchup. It's really good against the Luffy, really anything. It's just it's a good card. You can't go wrong with 3, but it's all preference, I guess. Now we're gonna go with 3 Cat in the Hats. This card is just really good. Being able to suspend on play a 3 cost or lower is just super good. It suspends Bonnie, Nami, any card. Any of these cards, it'll suspend on play. It's a 1k counter in hand, so it's not like dead like Zoro, because he's a 0 counter, and he's also a 3k hitter. So when you play him, you can go Cat and then go Brook at 2 for the following turn to attack with him. Like, there's just a lot of plays you can do with him, and he gets rid of Robins too. Suspending a Robin and attacking over, it's really helpful. Really good card. And then we have, I am running 4 Izos. I know this is a lot, but I think if you're trying out Law, you cannot go wrong with 4. It's a 2k counter in hand. It is not searchable through Bonnie or Nami, but you can rest a 4 cost or lower. That's insane. That hits a lot of characters, and it's a 2k counter. It's really good. Yeah. Okay. So 2 killers here. I'm gonna make some room here, and then we have the bread and butter of the deck. That's gonna be 4 Law. You cannot change 4. You have to run 4. I don't think there's any way you run less than 4. He's a 6k blocker. On play, you get to bring back your any of your cards to replace it with a 3 cost card. He's 6k, he's a blocker, and he's a supernova, so he's searchable through Bonnie, and he's really good. So often the play is that, you use Law's effect, you pay 2 Dawn to swap a red card out to bring him in. So it could be a Otama or a Nami, or even a Brook, a 2k counter. You swap them out for the Law, you bring out the Law, you replace another card that's suspended, maybe a Bonnie. You bring back the Bonnie so that it doesn't die. And then you replace it with a Nami, a Zoro, an Izo. And you just completely control your board. This deck's all about control. So, yeah, really good. Monkey D. Luffy. This is the rush one. Unblockable. If he has 2 Dawn. Really good. It's a 5 cost, 6k attacker. It hits over a lot of things, and it pretty much just wins you the game sometimes. I think 2, looking back at it now, I think 2 is a lot. I'm only running 1 of him right now in my current build, but I think 2 is very safe. It's just like toward the end game, if you need more defense, he's just kind of useless. 0 counter in hand, 5 cost. He has great synergy with Law's effect to bring him out for free, but other than that, really good card. If you ran 2, if you ran 3, I would totally understand. Maybe not 3, but 1 or 2 I think is really good. And then I am running 1 Basil Hawkins. This card is really good against Kid. Them pulling out 8 cost Kid, this just runs them over. It's a 5 cost, has synergy with Law, and you're able to just like really control the board. Taking off 2 bodies at a time is pretty insane, and you don't even have to commit to 2 attacks. So if they have a Kid, you can put a whole bunch of Dawn onto him, attack over the Kid, and let's say you don't want to attack life, you don't have to, and it'll just be safe because it'll be unsuspended. So it's, when attacking, if it has 1 Dawn and it battles a character, you get to restand it, make it active again. So really good. So even if they pump it up, it doesn't matter, it's still going to restand, and then you can attack again. So really good. I run him a 1 of because it is searchable through Bonnie. It's just there's no immediate value when you bring him out. That's the only bad thing. So like if I have a full board and I bring out, I use him with Law, he's just sitting there for the turn. I can't do anything with him. Like he's useless in my hand. So yeah, really good card though. Really good card. Yeah. And then I am running 3 Jet Pistol. This card is broken. It's a 4 cost. It is searchable through Bonnie and Nami. Since it is a supernova, it can be searched through Bonnie, and of course it is a Straw Hat card, so Nami does search it out. It's a 4 cost. It pops Law. There's synergy with Otama, so if you ever fight against Kid and they have the 8 cost Kid, you can go Otama and then go into the pistol to make it a 6 and to pop it. Really good. Pops Luffy. Yeah, there's just, this card is really good, and it activates in life on trigger. So popping something 6k or less, if you ever fight a Zoro or a Luffy player and they kind of get a little angsty and attack with lead before attaching any Dawn, you can most likely kill most things that are on the board. So really helpful. So I run 3 of those. And the last card of the deck is actually Roundtable. I practice a lot with Roundtable. He initially wasn't in my initial build. It's a 4 cost. It's a supernova, so it's searchable through Bonnie, but it's not searchable through Nami. So that's something important to note. And the ability is main. Give one of your opponent's characters minus 10k power during this turn. So you're probably thinking, why would I ever do that? Well, you can go Roundtable and deplete kids' power from 8k to 0 and swing over it with a Nami. Or you could literally swing it over with a chopper if you wanted to. And they're going to have to drop just cards on cards in order for them to get rid of it. It also has really great synergy with Robin. You can play Roundtable, attach a Dawn to Robin, and literally kill anything for free. Super good synergy with that. Yeah, just really good. It has synergy with Jet Pistol if you want to take something out that's like 12k Kaido or Shanks. Literally any of this works. So a super good card. Unfortunately, it doesn't have a trigger, so if you didn't want to run it, I would understand. But regardless, really good card. Helps me out in a lot of weird sticky situations. I kind of hardly ever use it, but when I do use it, it comes really in handy. So that's that. But let's go over some tech options here. First one being Radical Beam. This card right here is busted. I have added a couple of these in my newest build, and I'm telling you guys now, add it. This card is so good. It is so okay. First off, Law starts with 4 life, so you're probably thinking to yourself, you know, Law, man, that sucks. I'm only at 4 life. Everyone else is at 5. I'm at such a disadvantage. Well, Radical Beam helps because Radical Beam says that on counter for 1 cost, it actually gives a counter 2k to a character or leader for the turn. But if you have 2 or less life, you actually gain an additional 2k. So he becomes a plus 4k for a 1 cost. And getting down to 2 life when you're using Law is very easy. Extremely easy. I mean, you have to take attacks sometimes. You can't always block. Or dump your hand for counters. So this card, very useful. And then the trigger states your leader or one of your characters gain plus 1k power during this turn. I'd rather add this card to my hand, but I guess it can come, you know, very useful and helpful against maybe like a Zoro deck or something trying to rush you down. Just that 1k actually does make a big difference, giving it to your Law. And the next card I would recommend giving it a go is 8 cost Kid. This card really helps against rush decks, Zoro, Luffy. Right now there is a crazy, at least from my scene, there is a crazy amount of Luffy running around. I would say contender of, you know, top 3 best decks right now, including Law, I believe. Of course, my opinion. But Law is an 8 cost character, 8k power. When you attach 1 Dawn to him on your opponent's turn, your opponent has to attack him. You're not blocking. They just have to attack him before attacking anything else, including leader. So this helps against, you know, you throw this 8k body down and you just say, Zoro, all right, good luck. Good luck trying to get this over when I got Radical Beam, when I have counters in my hand. Like, there's no shot. On top of the fact that you can also block with a Tony or a Capone. So really good card. And then the second ability here is activate main. Once per turn, you may rest this character to play 1 character card with a cost of 3 or less from your hand. So literally, okay, the turn you play it out 8 costs. 8, it's a lot, I know. You cannot use Law's ability to bring him out. You have to pay the 8. I know that is a hefty amount, but you can bring him out for 8. You only have 2 down left. You can suspend him to use the effect to bring out you can bring out a Cat Viper, you can bring out a Killer, you can bring out a Nami, literally anything you need, a Robin, anything for your turn to help you for the next following game. for the following turn, or you can even bring out Zoro to just apply more pressure. And then you're left with 2 Dawn. You have to attach 1 Dawn to activate his effect. So he's currently a 9k on your turn, which is irrelevant because you're just using it for the ability, of course. And yeah, this just helps you a lot. You know, with adding Kid, it helps your deck become a lot more defensive, but you kind of lose more matchups if you end up adding Kid. For example, Kid is completely useless against Kaido. Wiping your board is rough. Wiping an 8-cost Kid is rough. So you really have to decide what kind of build you want to do. But anyways, guys, that is enough talking for me. Thank you guys so much for checking out this video. I hope you guys really do try Law. It is my favorite deck right now. And yeah, stay tuned because I have a ton of new OP-01 content coming out soon. See ya!